When I discovered self-improvement about 2 years ago, maybe a bit longer, I didn't understand what it was. I'd never heard of the concept of, improving yourselves and meditating and all of this stuff. And me and my friend, we got very interested in this topic. So we decided to start doing what, all the people were talking about and got into self-improvement, and we actually committed pretty well to all of this stuff. But there was one thing that these YouTubers and everybody was not talking about, and that really hit me at least. And the thing was that once we started, doing all of the habits and focusing on ourselves and improving, we of course took a little bit distance to other people in our class and whatnot, but not a lot. And these people, when they saw you improve, when they seen you trying to work on yourself, they were distance away from you. Like, I'm not even joking. I had some people who I genuinely called my friends back then, right? And me and my best friend, we would get onto this self-improvement stuff, and a week would pass by, only a week literally. You don't see that much progress in a week, but just after a week, these people would already start to distance away from me. They wouldn't talk as much to me in school, and they wouldn't, want to invite you so much to the things. And I just found it crazy, because at that point I realized that those people, they weren't really like my friends. Like, these people, they were supposed to, as your friend, cheer for you and be excited that you're actually trying to improve your life. But what did they do? They stopped talking to me, and a month went by, and suddenly I pretty much didn't talk to them at all. Just think about that. You start working on yourself, and that exact moment, they go away. Like, slowly they just fade away out of your life. And you might get hurt by this, because I was. Back then I thought, man, why didn't they want to talk to me? I was about to quit all of this stuff and just go back to my normal life so I could be, have more friends and be friends with them. But then I realized that if that was the kind of people that I called my friends, and they would do that stuff to me, were I really around good people? Because if they were actually my friends, they would have stayed, they would have cheered for me, but they didn't. So I realized that just because somebody isn't your enemy and that you can laugh with them and joke around, they might not be your truest friend, and that's okay. You don't need to befriend, like, it's very good to have a lot of friends. I have multiple friends, but just because everybody is nice to you, it doesn't mean that they will always be, or that they will stay if you commit to something, because these people didn't. And it made me realize that these people was not worth my time. I was better off with a bit of a smaller circle of people I would talk to and just be more focused. So what I implemented, like the thing that I said to myself was, how was it? Yeah, it was like this: stop caring, start working. That was what I would always remind myself of, because if those people didn't care about me, why would I care about them? Friendship is mutual. You have to, both add on to the friendship. But if they didn't care anything about me, like they didn't even talk to me at all, why would I care? So I implemented this mindset of stop caring and start working, and that was what I did. Because you might be afraid of stop talking to your douchebag friends or these dumb people that are in your class that you just joke around with, even though they kind of bully you. Just stop talking to them. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a lot of friends, but you shouldn't have friends that are not your friends. You shouldn't be around people who are mocking you, who are making fun of you, who are literally bullying you. Like, you're better off being alone than with people who are mocking and bullying you. And that might seem awful. That might seem very awful. And you might be scared because, it's better to have someone to talk to that's kind of mean to you than to have no one to talk to. But I just encourage you to, go up to new people, start talking to them. I've made a Discord server that you can join completely for free. That's not that many members yet, but we are trying to build this brotherhood, and you can speak to me and, just make some friends in there as well if you have no friends in real life who are on this journey, which is probably quite rare to have that. I was lucky. I had one friend or a couple friends who actually backed me in this, and they also did it themselves. So speak to new people, and just know that people who are not with you, who are not cheering for you, are not worth the time. Just even though you will have 0 friends, if you don't talk to them, you're better off. And it might seem scary, but I did it, and you can do it too. You shouldn't be afraid of stopping talking to these people, because you aren't getting anything out of it right now anyway. Now, I'm not saying that you should start, being rude towards them. Still be polite and, talk to them if you're around them, but just understand that they don't want to talk to you. They're not really your friends, because you're probably the guy, when you're watching this video, that got a little bit made fun of in the group, right? They kind of bullied you, but in a way so you didn't really get annoyed by it, right? So just stop caring about these people and get into the self-improvement, because if you stick with those people, they are losers. Because if your friends make fun of you and they mock you and they bully you, they are losers. There's a saying that goes, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And that is true. So if you spend around time with 5 losers, then you will become one too. But if you commit to the self-improvement journey, even though you don't surround yourself with real people, but you surround yourself with people on the internet, you watch videos, you read books, that's better, because if you read tons of books with successful people, you're basically surrounding yourself with them. So you will get the success that they did, which is what you've always wanted. And remember, when you're successful, when you've developed yourself, and you're sitting there and you've meditated every day for a year, you've been working out consistently, you're journaling, maybe you're starting a business, right? You won't be around bad people like that. You will have found new people who are at your level, because you will outwork those friends if they never. So let's just say your friends are here and you're here. You start on the self-improvement, you slowly move up. But if they're, committing to all of the bad habits and they're not even, improving, then they will literally go downwards. So you're creating this gap. This is you and this is them. When you're up here, you won't be beside them. So there's no point in trying to still get with them, because you're just limiting yourself. And I did that for a long time. I limited myself for months. And I don't want the same thing to happen to you. I want you to break free of that and just say, fuck that. I want to improve. I don't care about these people. I actually want to do something with my life. And I'm going to sacrifice this friendship, this non-feeling that I'm not going to feel lonely. I don't care if I will feel lonely. I know that this is more purposeful. I know that I'll find new people. I know that this will create a better life for myself. So I'm asking you to take action today and decide whether or not, if you haven't already, that you're going to commit to this, because it will change your life. It changed mine, and it had changed so many others' lives as well. When I think about where I was a couple years ago and where I am now, the things I'm doing, how I look, how I view myself, it's completely different. I feel so much better now. I'm more confident. I can sit here talking to you, not being afraid if some people at school is gonna say, oh, you make YouTube videos. I don't care. So you shouldn't either. So take action today. You decide, I am going to complete this. No matter if people make fun of me, if they ignore me, if they don't talk to me, I'm gonna do this no matter what. If you want to see more videos from a smaller YouTuber like me, click the subscribe button, and as always, put one foot in front of the other.